Don't miss TRC's Streetcar Armageddon race event at Bradenton Motorsports Park, April 6, 2019.
So, car came into the shop, we did a little motor, billet crank, and a low lash solid roller, right?
Yep.
There's your LME t-shirt.
There you go.
You know, Brian busted his rump to get this engine built in time to make it here. Because we put him under the knife. Engine was a little bit worn out from all the abuse of the years you've given it.
Not you.
And needed bigger pistons, and we had to expedite some parts, and a whole lot of labor was expedited to make this happen. So when we found all this out, we got this crazy idea that, you know, Chuck's just one of those guys that always goes above and beyond for everybody around him, and just goes out of his way and does things for people and makes people feel special and just gives them more than they ask for. So we pulled a few strings, jumped through a few hoops. Josh put in an absolute ton of overtime. This is your dynograph of your old motor, and this is your dynograph of your new motor. That lighter might not be.
Oh my God.
1,468 wheel horsepower with this new combo, up from 1103. So he's basically 400 wheel up.
Look,
Close enough. There's a whole lot of that I'll go over with you when we get off the camera that goes into play that you didn't have to make 1468 wheel and 3 weeks of 12 and 16 hour days that this man put in selflessly. Your boy Sean that you threw in that Silverado so graciously for ratting you out told me that you wanted a black engine bay, that you hated that polish. So everything was blacked out, coated, the kit was ordered black. 1000%, man.
What do you think? People love it.
189. I think that's the fastest of the day, 189.
Alright guys, Nick here with TRC. We're here with Ron from Vengeance Racing. Why don't you run us through the cars you brought today, Ron?
Nick, we brought a couple out, a little bit of a light crew this week, you know, since it was just a couple of weeks after Christmas. We got Eddie Blackwell's naturally aspirated world record holding C5 that we race all over the country. We brought Slavko Pusic's C6 Z06. He's a 427 LSX low lash solid roller setup. Makes about 27 pounds of boost, about 1,350 wheel horsepower. RPS triple disc clutch. It's got our fuel system in it. Car was completely built and tuned in-house. Right behind me here, the blue C6 Z06 is actually Chuck Greer. Very similar setup to Slavko actually. Those two go out and race each other pretty competitively. Again, 427 LSX, late model engines, does all of our long block assemblies. So an LME 427, LME billet intake manifold actually as well. ProCharger F1X. The drive system's a little bit different on Chuck's car. We've got an A&A direct drive with an ECS bracket. So we're able to get a few more RPM out of the blower on his setup with the pulley combination. And Chuck's car is actually making 1468 to the tires. Chuck so far has been 191. I believe, you know, it's Saturday afternoon late. I'm pretty sure Chuck's the fastest rear-wheel drive and fastest H-pattern manual on the property. Slavko's right on his ass at a 189 and change. And then Eddie in the C5, we're having trouble getting him down the runway. We typically utilize the front half of the track a whole lot on his car with good surface prep, and we don't have that here. So we're not able to, you know, we obviously don't have any more power or boost to turn up on the back half because it's naturally aspirated. So our best run on him so far today is a 183, but he holds the world record at 199.7. He's typically a 197 and up car.
Awesome, that's awesome.
Hopefully we're looking forward to tomorrow, getting a little bit better surface, you know, keep the cars going down and clean the track up and go a little bit faster with all of them.
Awesome.
We have the potential to have 4 200-mile-an-hour cars here if the weekend goes our way.
That's killer, man. Great to hear.
Man, the two biggest guys we got a shout out to are late model engines. Brian and his crew are just always on point. Chuck's combination, this is the first. He's made 2 passes on it today, and it's the first time it's seen a runway. We just finished the car yesterday and loaded it in the trailer, and Brian turned the engine for us in 3 weeks. Brian's built the engine in every car out here. His team, they're phenomenal. We've been through a lot of engine builders over the years. I don't want to bring it in-house. It's just not something I want to do, and I've dealt with a lot of people, and LME is just top of the line. The other big shout out is professional EFI. Jason and his crew at Pro EFI. We got Pro EFI on Eddie's world record holding car and Gary Coyne, who does hold the world record for ZL1 5th gen in half-mile racing. Both of those are Pro EFI equipped cars, and as far as we're concerned, it's probably the most superior engine management system on the market. So very, very happy with those two guys. RPM transmission, RPS clutches, all of our guys, we always choose vendors based on quality, and we've got some of the best we work with in the industry. So I know I'm not going to remember them all, but those are the two big ones that come to mind.
That's awesome, man. That's great to hear. You guys have quite a crew of cars out here, and it's been awesome to see you guys run. So
hey, thanks so much,
looking
man.
forward to seeing some 200-mile-an-hour passes.
We're going to give it all we got. If that runway works with us a little bit, you'll see them. The power's there.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ron. We'll catch up with you later this weekend.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah. Don't fuck up my sticker. Hot sticker. Get logs in there. Any logs in there. Hey, it's fucking orange. It's orange. Switch. Thank you. Baddest. Yes. Thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Look at this. Look at this.
Let's trade this out for the appropriate color.
Oh,
Look at that.
thank you. Yes. Yes.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
It don't get no better than that. Check it out. Thank you, Lord. Yeah.
Congratulations.